Hi everyone and welcome to New Coder 1 video. So Bootstrap 5 has been finally announced and there is the alpha version came out like the couple of last month, like a month ago or something. And since we all love Bootstrap, including me, so we've been all hyped about the new features that has been released and everything about the new Bootstrap or the 5th version of Bootstrap. And since, as you all know, Bootstrap is actually a front-end framework, a CSS front-end framework / JavaScript, has a little bit of JavaScript lately. And since the 4th version, we haven't seen so many changes or radical changes brought to the table. But now, since there is actually the 5th version of the Bootstrap, and as I've read the blog post from the team of Bootstrap, so I've been super hyped to check out and pretty much tried the full version of it and pretty much get into it and work with it on a production-based project. So yeah, I tried it a little bit, I just worked with it and just give it a try about a couple of different components that has been released. So there are a couple of different components and there are major changes brought to the table from the Bootstrap team. Like so many things have been brought, and what I liked the most is pretty much there's like brand new look and feel to the components. So there's a new themes and a brand new look and feel to the like Bootstrap components we all loved and we all worked with it in a couple of last years of our lives. So yeah, this is pretty much right now rebranded. The API is much more richer and there are so many things happening behind the scenes. So finally we can all give a look on the alpha version of Bootstrap 5 and take a look on the new components and the new look and feel of all of that. So taking a first look on the 5th version of Bootstrap, so just you can go to v5.getbootstrap.com, and the first thing you're pretty much going to notice on this web page is actually the rebranded or redesigned logo. So the Bootstrap got a brand new logo design in here, as you see. And the thing about this logo is actually have like two curly braces or brackets, so two closing curly brackets to show us pretty much like it explains this is actually about code. So it's pretty simple logo with just some like linear gradient color going from I don't know, like light purple to dark purple all the way to the right, and just a B in the middle. So it is pretty simple and as well is pretty well good looking logo. It does the job perfectly for explaining things like a modern redesigned logo about the 5th version of Bootstrap, and it has a couple of different stuff and information about his course in here. Currently there is the V5 alpha version 1, so it's only the alpha version 1 has been released lately, so there isn't much going on in here, and pretty much the like regular things about Bootstrap and stuff happening here. So it has the documentation, if you can jump to the documentation. So first thing you pretty much gonna notice about Bootstrap, what's new about the Bootstrap, it's actually the new look and feel or the new UI that has brought all widely about the Bootstrap component. So each component got a new look and feel and a new way to interact with it, a couple of different like API changes to it. So that's gonna make it super easy to interact and of course very modern to work with. So there's many components happening in here, so from buttons to alerts and stuff like that. As clear to you, there isn't actually like a brand new redesign or something, but there are some like color changes and some API changes to that. So it is actually pretty mellow to work with a new API. So I'm loving it so far. As I've read on the documentation, it looks pretty great. As well as there's like the second one, there's no jQuery. So jQuery is officially out of game as of version 5 of Bootstrap. So since we all love jQuery, we all like worked with it for the past decade. So I've been like one of the fans of jQuery. I've worked with it with decent production projects in the past couple of years, but lately here, jQuery has been losing a lot. So yeah, we all have to move on, like Internet Explorer or many other things, or Yahoo or something. But yeah, here we go again, guys. So jQuery is fully abandoned from the Bootstrap team. So of course you still can go ahead and use jQuery if you want to, but now the full ecosystem of Bootstrap, doesn't rely or doesn't need jQuery anyway. So they're going to make it a little bit more flawless. So the package or the bundle of Bootstrap is going to be a little bit lighter and smaller. And most importantly, it's going to work like a charm because it's going to use vanilla JavaScript, no libraries to interact with the DOM and manipulate the different elements and components of the HTML. So yeah, finally here we got a vanilla JavaScript interaction directly with the DOM. So that's pretty cool, and I really love that as well because I've been abandoning jQuery lately and I've been using more about React and stuff like that. And of course, you're going to be expecting a new React component library of the 5th version of Bootstrap as soon as it gets out. So that would be really awesome as well. So the other thing I liked about that is actually the, if you look on the customize, pretty much a new color palette. So yeah, it has introduced a new color palette here. Like the colors a little bit changed, and it got or introducing a new colors, completely different colors in here, and like completely different color palettes with some linear gradients and stuff like that. So I love the new colors. They look a little bit more modern. Yeah, they're just like shiny and stuff, and it's just like very enjoyable to look at and work with all the way around here and here. So yeah, it looks pretty great in here. Also liked about the custom CSS properties, how now you got like a fully customized CSS property using the help of Sass. So if you just take a look on customize section and you take a look on the Sass, so there's actually the file structure of the whole CSS of the Bootstrap, of course. And here it pretty much works with the full Sass as well, as I've told you before. And you can pretty much fully customize your project. So you can customize the theme colors, you can customize theme maps in here, it's clearly seeing like the primary colors, danger colors, success, and so on and so forth. You can go even deeper and you can customize components, how they interact, hover colors, many things you can just like go ahead and customize. So it's now Bootstrap, as of the 5th version, it is fully customizable using the help of Sass. So you need to know Sass in order to do the customization because it has been built around Sass from scratch. And of course, you're going to have like a Sass compiler and needs to do or deal with that separately, to make things work in the background. But nonetheless, it's actually really great. I tried a couple of things in here and it works as charming. So let's jump and try to install Bootstrap on a simple project here. Try a couple of components and see how to customize some stuff using the new Sass API and everything around the new version of Bootstrap. So to install all that, of course, I'm going to be like, I already created a project in here. It's pretty simple, just a simple index, HTML and JavaScript file, and finally a Sass file. So if you're not familiar with Sass, there are many courses, including mine. I think I just did a video about Sass and it's super simple. It's like a superset of CSS, so it should be very easy to understand if you like already know CSS and you already master CSS. Now to install things up, there's a couple of different choices you can go through. You can even download the bundle and you just include it by yourself, which is completely out of box in here. It's not really recommended. What you can pretty much do right in the box, you can use the Bootstrap CDN, which is super recommended using the stack path CDN, but I still don't really like that. So I can just go ahead and use the npm package managers and install it locally, of course, on my node modules folder, as we will love it. So I'm going to use yarn, just going to copy yarn, add Bootstrap, get back in here, just going to paste that, and of course you're going to start resolving it. But if you just paste that, I don't know, the documentation is actually missing something, so make sure to do yarn add Bootstrap and make sure to do @next flag in order to mark it, and it gets the Bootstrap 5th version alpha 1 in order to get things running and up and running. Now the next thing you need to be installed is actually Popper.js. So I did already install that, but you still need to install it because it's actually a dependency of Bootstrap. Otherwise modules are all just a couple of like popovers, won't work for you till you install Popper.js. So yeah, make sure to go and do like Popper.js, and yeah, things gonna be get started in here. Everything would be working pretty much fine. So here Sass as well is actually needed because it has been automatically installed by Parcel as I included it, but I don't think you pretty much, it depends pretty much what you're going to be using, either Webpack, Browserify or something. I'm using Parcel. If you're not familiar with Parcel, you can just go ahead and Google Parcel. It is actually a bundler, a very small and lightweight bundler that allows you to bundle your HTML, JavaScript, and all the different media files and CSS files into a single one, and it just like opens up a hot reloaded server for you to do like hot reloaded developments on the go. So I really love Parcel, and I'm just going to be using it right now, of course, for my project. So I'm going to just run Parcel, and I'm going to run the serve command, and make sure I'm going to be telling it to serve anything that has .html. So the entry point is actually going to be the HTML file in here, which I haven't been created yet. So let's just go and create an HTML, then run the Parcel command. So I'm just going to type in HTML, I'm going to select the 5th version, and voila, we got our HTML file. Now here I'm going to be just naming the Bootstrap, I'm going to be just naming it 5. So depending on that, as I've told you before, I already installed it in Node modules, but you can go in and grab the CDN in here, and you can just put the CDN and you can work with it really well. I'm just going to be including the index.js in here. So I'm just going to be doing a script, src, I'm going to be doing index.js, and there you go. Now we got our script fully loaded. So yeah, pretty well. Now what we can be doing, let's try to customize some CSS code in here. So if we go to the section where it says customization, so just customize, sass, we go all the way down, and here we got variable defaults. So you can play with variables. So you see in here, you can change the body background, the page body background, the page and the body colors, however you want, by just including that. So I'm just gonna copy paste this code. Yeah, put it right here, and depending on where the node modules path is, I'm just gonna remove this. Going back, notations, so I'm just changing it to like complete black in here. So let's just try to complete red. If you want to, make sure to include the CSS file into like index.js. So make sure to import it somewhere. You can even import it right here. So if you take a look, just go ahead. Yeah, I totally forgot. Let's serve that. We go, create your localhost 12345. And there you go. So we got in here, we got a complete red body in here. You can just pretty much change it however you would like, and just wait for the bundling. There you go, we got a green. So it's clear in here, it's very customizable, and I really love it. So many things happens when things get customizable like that. So for a couple components, there's actually rebranded as before in a new UI. So let's try to put like a range slider in here. Take a look on it. And there you go. It's actually in here a little bit rebranded. Many things happening behind the scenes about the range slider in here. You can even check out like about checks or selects buttons. So there are many things happening in the background as I said before. So if you just go and do that, go way down, put that, and yeah, there is actually a default checkbox, and now the checkbox actually has been changed. So it looks a little bit more better and more modern. So you get this like hover effects and this animation. It's kind of like a simple transition between two states, and it looks pretty well made up. And yeah, of course, the typography as well, it's pretty great as well. The font in here used by default. I don't know which font is actually used. You can dig on the documentation to know more about it, but yeah, there you go. So you got yourself that. And yeah, so many things happening, and many more actually are coming on the next step. So my thoughts about the Bootstrap, I'm one of the guys who really loved and worked a lot with Bootstrap as a freelancer and as a mentor. So many people, or like so many project managers, ask about Bootstrap. So if you're like working the freelance and any platform or something, a lot of like work opportunities happens on Bootstrap. So yeah, if you want to just do freelance or something, it's pretty great to go with Bootstrap as well. It is pretty well made, good front-end framework to go ahead and learn Bootstrap. And even though you are pretty much a beginner, just getting started with web development and front-end development and stuff like that, Bootstrap is still a way to go, even though we are on the 5th version. And as far as I can see, it's pretty well made. A new changes has made it even better, and I'm waiting for the full release to do a full review. I'm gonna make a full tutorial about Bootstrap. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video tutorial as always. And without further ado, without further say, catch you all guys in the next one. Adios.